from the Windsor Star from the year 1981. Anthony back in dynamic way. It started as an idea, maybe a vision, something far in the back of Earl Anthony's mind. But with every tournament he won, every prize check he collected, the idea grew until finally the man committed himself to achieving it. I'd like to be the first man ever to earn more than $1 million throwing a bowling ball, said the PBA's all-time leading title winner and money earner. There will be many others who do it, but I'd like to be able to say I was the first. With his record-breaking performance on the 1981 Winter Tour, it has become almost a foregone conclusion Anthony will indeed reach the magic seven-figure total. Furthermore, he may do it before anybody would have thought possible. The 43-year-old left-hander won 4 titles and $112,700 through the first 4 months of 1981, which was $40,000 more than any other bowler had won on the Winter Tour in preceding seasons. He served notice of what was to come in the second tournament of the year, the Showboat Invitational in Las Vegas, where he finished second to the one man he feels would have a chance to beat him to the $1 million total, Mark Roth. This is only the beginning. I intend to be spending a lot of time in the press room, said Anthony. I'm entered in every tournament except one, and I'm going after it all. Titles, earnings, Player of the Year, and $1 million, which I'd like to reach during 1982. It was a significant change in attitude, for the veteran superstar had been phasing out his tour appearances the last couple of years. He bought a bowling center and settled in Dublin, California, determined to make Earl Anthony's Dublin 40 Bowl one of the premier establishments in the nation. Named Bowler of the Decade for the 1970s, Anthony began the current decade by competing in only about half of the 1980 events and dropped to 10th on the yearly money standings, his lowest ranking since his initial season of 1970. While nobody was ready to write off Earl, it appeared his tournament activity would be too limited, his incentive and dedication less than that necessary for him to dominate the tour as he once did. Nobody figured on a totally revitalized, goal-seeking Anthony to contend with. He was all of that and more. During an incredible winter tour, Anthony set a record by appearing on the nationally televised finals in 9 of 16 events. He increased his PBA titles to 36 by winning the Rolaids Open in St. Louis, the AMF Magic Score Open in Peoria, Illinois, the PBA National Championship in Toledo, and the Long Island Open, the latter for the 3rd consecutive year, a feat only he has been able to accomplish. He brought his career money figure total to $894,021. The fact that Earl Anthony is still one of the major players on tour today is even more amazing considering the trauma he underwent and the remarkable recovery he managed from an incident that shocked the sports world. On June 20, 1978, just prior to the start of a PBA tournament in San Jose, California, Anthony was making an appearance at a bowling center. Things went rather well, but early the next morning, there was a jolt of pain in Earl's chest. A race to the hospital, and when the diagnosis had been made, it was determined that the 3-time Bowler of the Year had suffered a heart attack. He spent several weeks in a hospital, several more recuperating at home, and before you could say clean bill of health, he was back on the tour again.